Hey folks, welcome to Mel's home hobby desk, and I am hobbying. It is a Friday night. Last night I got a little bit carried away and I converted this Sarissa Precision water tower, which started off looking, I've got the sheet here somewhere, started off looking just like that. Yeah, open topped, no platforms or anything like, well, basic platform at the top, simple stairs, and I just jazzed it up. Now let me show you what I've done to it. Yeah, simple stuff. Yeah, I did some simple twigs at the side. I did some wire on to make it, make it more interesting. Yeah, I've added the platforms on, extended that platform so the MDF one that's under there, I've just added a new one to it. And then the hole I cut out of there, I used to make a lid, bit of wire there, make a little rope wire, barbecue skewer, little noose, barbecue skewers, some more MDF. Extended the bottom, and that was easily done by simply just getting an extra bit of MDF and then just sort of gluing a crossover piece there. Simple as that. Put that tube in as well. Yeah, just so it looks like it's actually doing something. And there we have it. Beautiful. On top of that, loads more functional space. Yeah, loads more space for models to play on. Yeah, whereas before, I could just get a model roughly in one of these corners. Yeah, now I can get it on the top, which was an empty space. Now I can get models around here. I can get them all around here. Yeah, there's new cover options. It's a far more dynamic piece game-wise. Now, how did I achieve this outstanding bit of modelling? Throw it all together, right? You know what I mean? You can see the PVA there. That's what happens when you throw super glue on PVA. It goes funky. But it'll disappear in the paint job and I don't really care. Yeah, it'll be fine. It's a hobby. It's for my gaming table. And obviously we've got Menacing Melanie. I need to get another light here. Well, I'm going to have a word with Lee. Get some sort of backlighting, I think. Maybe something mounted off here, actually. Off this tripod. Ooh, that could work. I might have something myself. Anyway, that's another discussion. What I want to do today is take you through what I'm doing. Okay, so here I've got their windmill. Yes, Sarissa Precision windmill. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to basically doing this sort of stuff to this. Now, this is sort of very generic. Yeah, and what I mean by generic is I don't really know what I'm doing until I'm doing it. I have a feeling I want to box this off at the top. Yeah, make this a little bit more interesting. Yeah, definitely platforms on here. Might have to take out these bars. We do need to do these strips. So, when it comes to the strips, all I'm doing is I'm using straight twigs. I think this is from a pussy willow tree bush. Yeah, and all I'm going to be doing is measuring up to get the right length. Then I'm going to be clipping out these bits, just gluing them in. Okay, when I glue them in, I'll probably watch that. I might even just throw a little bit of wire or something just around them quickly, just to hold them in place. Yeah, or we'll see how we go. Yeah, but the first job, put the beams in. Once the beams are in, then we can start doing the boarding. Yeah, so I'll be back in a flash. Right, that took longer than it should have. Bit of a battle. Yeah, I decided to remove the stairs. They were getting in the way and I can do something more funky with this. Now, as you can see, just added some simple beams and then straight away, doesn't even look like a model kit. And these are really chunky ones compared to this one. Oh, she has fallen off so many times. Might as well call her Drunken Melanie. Drunken Mel. Oh, that's an idea. Right, it is Friday night. My hobbying's going to go down the pan. Right, but no, maybe I'll get more creative. Who knows? We'll find out. You'll see in the next update. But beams are on. Then what I've done is, much like with this one where I've got the plastic rod, put a plastic rod in here, bit of super glue at the bottom, bit of super glue at the top. I'm going to box this out, but I don't like the idea of having a windmill and then having it doing nothing, you know. Now, so that's in. Got the stairs to do. We can dress those up. The idea with the stairs is I added some cocktail sticks to that one. Sorry, barbecue skewers. I might just cut a couple of little strips of balsa wood and just thicken these up a bit. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. Yeah. More importantly, it's platform time. Right. I want to dress this up now. Yeah. While these glue, yeah, I don't really want to mess with them. Yeah. So I want to do my platforms. It's balsa wood time. I'm using about 3mm, 2mm, 3mm. Yeah. And what I've done is basically I've cut out the spar that's running across here. So I've got an empty gap. I've cut my piece to fit in there. I've measured it up so it'll go roughly that far across and give me a bit of a platform. And then as I've put it in here, I've used that to be able to gauge roughly whereabouts the pipe is. And I've used that, putting it in that way, so I'll work out how far the pipe comes in. And I've got my bit I need to cut off. Now my technique with this is quite simple. Yeah, all I'm going to do is with a pen and a ruler, I'm going to put my lines in. And I'm going to go with the grain of the wood. Yes, I'm going to put my planks in. Once I've put my planks in, yeah, I'm going to get like a little metal brush. This is out of a barbecue cleaning set from my local supermarket. Yeah, I'm going to scrape it, and that's going to give me that texture that you can see on there. Okay, so the lines are going to go put in with a pen. Texture is going to get with a barbecue skewer. And then once I've done that, I'm just going to use a bit of a blade, and I'm just going to feather the edge. Yeah, and cut it in and give me my planks. Now my idea is I'm going to do this bit here, and then I'm going to box up here, and I'm probably going to try and have a go at boxing this up somehow. Yes, to get rid of that. Yeah, so that is the next update. Yeah, really easy to do. Yeah, it is literally just a matter of getting your pen. Yeah, get your steel rule. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, and then all you're going to do is that. Yeah, you just do it a little bit more, a little bit firmer, and then afterwards, little blade, cut into it. All you got to do is a little recess there, little cut on that plank, and just cut across and it'll snap off, and that's how you get your varied edges. So that's how you do it, guys. Me, time to raise the fridge, I think, and then crack on with me boarding. It is a Friday night, hobby night, like every night is. Right, cracking on. Right, I'm working the piece up. Yeah, I put my lines in, I've cut my piece out. Yeah, I'm just doing my sort of staggered edges for my planking on this side. Thought I'd show you, dead simple. Yeah, all I'm going to do is, on my pieces, just use a pencil and sort of just vary them up a bit. Put that one there, or drop that one to there. Yeah, I want that one long. Okay, once we've got those lines in, yeah, so you can just see, all I'm going to do is come along. Yeah, I'm cutting through the lines I know I can cut through. Just up to there. So I'll take that one off. And give another cut to get a clean cut. Yeah, so first off, take those out. Yeah, then I've just got those two little bits to do. Now I normally do it a little bit more fiddly than this, but I'm recording it. So normally I do it each one individually and work them out as I go. Yeah, and I don't even draw them up. I just bang them out. Yeah, but this is for a video. Got to do things properly, Bosicle. Let's go on. And there you go. Yeah, this is staggered planks. Easy as that. Next thing I've got to do is just grab this, take it to the edge of the table, just feather off these edges because they're nice and clean at the minute. Once that's in, we can just throw that in there, drop it down, and we'll have our platform. Right, let me get stuck in. Well, that was a little bit interesting, and lucky I had these with a light on them, because we've just had a power cut for about 3 hours. But I had a candle, and I had my head torch, So I cracked on. Didn't do that much on the model, to be truthful. Yeah, what I did do is, obviously, I started working up the sides, and I've sort of decided I was going to do them sort of like an entire panel. Sort of like all the way up. But I've decided actually it would look better, if they were horizontal. So I'm going to cut them and put them up like that. Be a little bit more tricky, but I think it'll look better. Yeah, the planks look too long. Yeah, but on top of that, while we were in the middle of the watch clip of the power cut, check this for my setup. Told you I was crafting in the dark. Didn't stop me. One of the things I did is basically I got a long strip of a balsa, and I just started engraving my lines in it. So all my lines are done. I just waited until I could actually see before I do my brushwork with the scourer. Yeah, and I did those as well. Yeah, so I've got plenty to be getting on. I can definitely skin all this. I'll have a bit left over. Oh, pardon me. Now, I have a blacksmith's over here. I'm holding off from making it. Yeah, I made the church, which is over there. But I'm holding off on making this until I've sort of completed these, at least. If not painted them up, at least completed them. Which is this video. Yeah. But I did take a little offcut from the little forge. And just I swapped out the MDF one, which was just like a flat piece. Something a little bit more textured. Maybe fill in those gaps a little bit with green stuff. I'm thinking about using green stuff around here. And make some hearthstones and some stones for around the top of the chimney. And just leave the other bits as they are. I think they're alright. Just vary it up so it doesn't look so MDF-y. MDF-y. It's MDF-y. Now, on the windmill, we've been busy. Obviously, you can see I've put in my beams. We've got wooden platform in and it fits the pipe. On top of the pipe, you can see I've got this sort of like cable. Now, that's just a wire. All I've done is sort of looped it, bent it round, looped it back up and brought it up straight. So it's sort of glued at the top over here and it's glued into the pipe. But the rest of it's basically free. I don't really want to mess with it. The idea is just, I've put it sort of there out of the way because hopefully no models will bump into it with the pipe being there. But it's a nice little feature. Sort of like suggests that you can do something with the windmill. Yeah. And then obviously we've got the pipe, which is whatever the windmill is doing. I don't know. I don't know what they use windmills for in the Wild West. I'm assuming it's water, but it could have been for powering lumber mills or all sorts, couldn't it? But they generally use like water mills, didn't they? I don't know. Perhaps I should find out. Any recommendations for some good YouTube videos on that sort of stuff? Put them in the comments, guys. I'm curious. Right, the other thing was I decided it'd be easier to do this if I took this off. And also, I didn't like the flatness of this. So what I've done is I've added lots of like just little risers. Now the idea is I'm not going to use these. I've got much thinner MDF, balsa wood, not MDF. I'm going to put those in. Yeah, I'm going to actually give it angled flaps, fins. Yeah, and then I'm just going to drill through there and remount it. Probably on something like a cocktail skewer. We could do something like that. I'll figure it. Now, that's where I am. Okay. So, my next jobs are basically start skinning this up, I think. Get the fascia on it, get it dressed up. And then we'll bring it back when it's done. I've still got to do the platform. I've still got to bulk these in. But I'm thinking a much bulkier sort of structure for this one. This one's quite open. I quite like the idea of this one having... I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Right, cracking on time. But it is Saturday and we are back at the desk. Interesting evening. Yeah, the work didn't turn out too bad looking at it in daylight. Now, I have done a little bit more work on this. Obviously, let's show you. Right, we've got the, I've built the top. I've just basically inserted, I got my basic sheets that I cut, basically laid them, marked them out, dropped them in the recesses, also put these poles in. Yeah, simple little bit of cutting. Yeah, and I also did a roof for it. All these little fluffy bits, they'll clean off, don't worry. Yeah, once we get some paint on those, they're fine. Now, at the same time, I decided against the idea of, of sort of paneling up the whole thing. Yeah, but I wanted to hide the top bit of here where this cable. Now, I can't remember if I mentioned the cable, but basically I've got a little wire. All I've done is I've bent it, I've glued it onto a support up here, and I've glued it into the pipe so it hangs down. And basically it looks like something that's a control, you know, switch something gearing on up here. It's just better than just a single pipe. I'm not sure if I mentioned that last night. I had a drink and I haven't reviewed the footage yet. I'm building myself up to that one. I don't know how good it is, how many years there are. Right. At the same time, installed the actually installed a floor, and this is how I did my floors, basically. It's a bit of a MDF sprue. Yeah, that was a corner of a piece. Yeah, I think that I had planking on or something. I just cut it off, drew around it, clipped it, and then to hold it in place, a little bit of MDF with some super glue. Also, added some supports on there, and then added the ladder, which looks really nice. Yeah, so it's nice coming together. Now, on the top, I've got to finish the platform up here. Yeah. Oh, I also put in these. Yeah. Some barbecue skewers, just in between those. Now, I'm actually thinking, maybe put them in there as well. And bring that out a bit. But we'll see about that. We'll see how we go. Not sure. Because if I do that on this, I might have to do it on this, and I don't know. We'll see how we go. Might be interesting. Might just leave it. Right, but what we do have to do is, one, put the platform on the top. Now, I've done the platform in the same way as I've done all my little bits. Yeah, as in engraving, etching, chipping, weather the edges. Although these need their edges weathering. I haven't done that yet. Now, these are going to be going on here. Yeah, and basically, I did a full piece. Let me just turn it upside down and I can show you. Yeah, if I put these together like this, yeah, you can see where basically I've got my lines where I've drawn, yeah, and etched out. So basically I've got my card, put it up against there, yeah, worked out, right, where's the middle there, then I turned it on the next axis, worked out where, and got my square to cut it out. Give me these pieces. Now, it did split a little, but it doesn't matter because I know how to put it together. And when it goes on, it's going to go on something like, that's going to go there, I think. Maybe not. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We will see. Yeah, that goes there. And then that will go there. Yeah. So that will do that. And that's the platform we'll have on the top. Yeah, which is much nicer. I've got to extend these rods up a bit. I've got the sticks for those. We can put those in, put a bit of putty or something. I'll figure that. But I need to fix and glue this down first. Now, I've also got to decorate the fin because that's too flat for me. Yeah, I'm just going to put some simple strips on it, I think. I think that'll be easiest. And then I've got this. Now, this is a windmill wheel. Yeah. Bring it a bit up. Now, I was thinking about this just as I was going in bed, to be perfectly honest. And what I've decided is I cut a load of little strips and I've glued those on. Yeah, that's to give me a bevel, an angle. Yeah, and what I'm thinking is I've got, quite simply, I've got a Kellogg's fruit and fibre box. Yeah, I'm just going to I'm just going to cut the cardboard out of this because I need it for the tiles, for the roofs and stuff like that anyway. And so I'm going to cut little tiles and put flaps and have them beveled. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm just going to do it. And however it turns out, that's what I'm going with. Yeah, end of. I don't know. So we'll just go with it. So that's my next job, to glue that in. Well, I've got to bevel, I've got to feather those edges. So just go over them with that. And then I'm tackling doing this. I'll glue this on after I've painted everything up as well. Yeah, it appears to be the smart sense. So this is coming together. We'll still have to do the ground. Still got to do the wires. That's fiddly as hell. But I reckon another hour or two, it'll come out looking rather nice. In the meantime, I'll take some photos and here are some pics. Right, I got carried away. Or I'm getting carried away. Yeah, the beams look rather nice, don't they? Yeah, simple barbecue sticks. Just cut, trimmed. I've got to say, yeah, the Sarissa stuff, it's really simple to put together and that sort of stuff. It's quite simple and flat, but it's really sturdy. And it makes a really good framework to really, you know, you can put it together just as a simple water tower. Yeah, but let's have a look at, you know, a couple of nuggets. You get that. Yeah. But you get framework to do so much more with it. Yeah, and it's so sturdy. You just got to be a little bit clever how you do it and take it in time. Now, putting these on, dead easy. Because I've got the beams in, I've got a little corner I can just drop them into. Yeah. All it is a matter of coming along, sticking like my stick in there, getting a rough pre-measure. Yeah, or going down that way. Get a pre-measure, clip it there, take it off, throw some glue in, and we're away to go. Now, I've got one pre-cut. Yeah, so bit of PVA, get in there, yeah, come in, slap that on there, right, there's a bit of super glue at the bottom that's going to be problematic, so very quickly, because it's PVA, doesn't really matter, trim that a little bit. I'm going to put filler around the bottom of this anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's a little bit short at the bottom. So whack that in there. Come on, get in there, you get. Don't get in there. Nah, it's because that's got a little bit of a flat area on it. It's been a little bit problematic. So, nail the PVA. Be problematic with that, eh? Ah. Yeah, I'll do it. And then very quickly, quick brush. Ba, ba, ba. Take off the excess. I'll give it a really nice bond. Same on that side. Really hope that's my PVA brush. Especially after my last vid about cross-contamination. From now on, this is my PVA brush. Then again, it's got to be, hasn't it? It's not really that good for base coating. Probably was a PVA brush, it's been that long. Right, quick little clean up with water. Just smooth it out. Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, and now I know that I've got a lovely thick bond in there. Yeah, but I haven't got any blobs sticking out. And I'll have a nice sealing all the way along. Yeah, so just leave that to dry. Now, next things I've got to do is, one, I've got to put the filler on here. Yeah, so I can get this sort of filler effect on the ground and blend these bases together. Yeah, and then I've got to put the beams up here. But once they're done, yeah, that'll be fully wooded up. I am not doing those cross pieces. I'm not. I'm going to leave them recessed because that's actually a nice design in detail. I'm not putting crossbars in there. I'm not. What I am going to do is take a break from this now. Yeah, let that dry because I don't want to mess with those bits until those have set in properly. And we'll get the bottom fillered up and we'll get those pieces in. And then it's on to detailing and this. But we'll do it. We're on it. Right. Right, there you go. All the beams are in. Yeah. I'm glad I actually decided to go with it. Fiddly, yes. But wonderful structure, solid. Now, obviously I've got these little gaps here and this sort of stuff. This is where I'm going to put my rope ties. So I'm only going to have 2 on here. I don't really think I need them up here. Yeah, might put a single one or something like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with wire, or I might go with green stuff. Yeah, because some of these could be a little bit complicated. We'll have to see how we go. Now, other things that I need to do on this is I need to do the detailing on the fin. I need to put a hatchway in here, I think. Or perhaps round here. Maybe. Yeah, I have cut this platform down. I've taken a strip off it. Just because it seemed too excessive. Yeah, and that's enough for a model. So that works perfect. Yeah, obviously, we've still got the spinny disc of doom. Yeah, I'm leaving that as a completely separate project. Yeah, I'm procrastinating. I think I've got an idea. I'm going to give it a play. We'll see how it turns out. Yeah, I do need to do something here. What I'm thinking with here is something dead simple. I'll throw a little bit of barbecue skewer there just to cap that off. And I'll have a little bit of wire hanging down. A bit like I've got on here. Yeah, as like a climbing rope as you get to the top of the ladder. Yeah, I think that's a decent transition. It'll give me some nice detail as well. Yeah, so maybe the hatch there. Don't know. Don't know. We'll figure it out. It's coming together. Obviously, got to do the filler on the base. Yeah, I tend to leave that till last, just simply so I can handle it without getting filler all over my hands. Because we do have to do the wiring. We do have to do the wiring. I'm not looking forward to it. I really do think it might be easier to just get some green stuff on there and just put them in. Make them look like they're there. But then I'm probably going to procrastinate because they're not going around the back. I don't know. We'll figure it. Right. But I'm going to leave that to dry now because it's got lots of little bits that I just want to dry up before I start wrapping wires round. I think I'm going to do it the wire route. Yeah, we'll figure it. We'll work it out. Ooh, cocktail. Don't do any more. It's fine as it is. Right. Cracking on time. And there we are. Right, that's my detailing done. So, really quick. Put a bit of a door on there. Not really happy with it, but it breaks it up a bit. It'll do. It'll get lost. It just bothers me. Yeah, but it's fine. Right, done all my rope work. Now, this was done with garden twine. Yeah, and all I did was just wrap it round, just tie it off, and then just put a little bit of super glue on the knot. Yeah, and then the other thing I did is I hit this with a heat gun. Okay, now for 2 purposes. One, sort of cleaned off all the sort of wisps and stuff that you get on this. And also after you scratch this off, you get lots of what you call it, sort of like little fibres. Yeah, and if you hit it with a heat gun, takes them off. I mean, back in the old days, we'd just hit it with a lighter. You know what I mean? But you got to consider fire safety, so heat gun outside, obviously. Yeah. Now, what else did I do? Put that hanging rope on. I put some extra planking there. That bit broke. So I just thought, you know what? I'll make it a platform. Give it a bit more access. I like that. And what else did I do? Anything? I don't know. I'm sort of procrastinating because I've got the worst bit to come now. Yeah. Right. Things I've got to do on this remaining. Okay. I've got to put some detail on this fin at the back so it isn't just so flat. Just a couple of stripes just to break it up a bit. Yeah. I need to put a little bit of watered PVA down on these. Yeah. Just to sort of bond them and hold them together. Yeah. And then I need to put the filler on the ground. And then I've got to tackle this. Now I'm going to give it one go, and if it doesn't work out, I'm going to say sod it. I'm going to find a 3D printed one. I'm just going to find if I can 3D print one. Assuming my printer can do that. It's got to be able to do that. I might do one as a backup, but I'm going to attempt it with card first. And if that goes pear-shaped, we're 3D printed. Yeah, but that should go there. With hopes. I do like it. You can't even see it. Yeah, it'll go there, somewhere like that. But, gotta do it. So, time to bite the bullet. Might as well just tackle this. See you after the flash, folks. Well, it's done. But before we go into that, I've got to say, setting up this filming setup at home was a blinding idea. I mean, I've captured so much content and I'll be able to capture so much more while we work on the other stuff. So I am well chuffed. Yeah, because it's been dead easy. The only pain in the backside is the fact that I've had to use my own phone to film, which has been constantly on and off, and I reckon if I carry on, I'm going to knacker the charging port. But other than that, once we get an independent phone that I can record off, we're laughing. Yeah, because I can just keep it constantly set up and just bang it out and not have to worry about whether my phone's got charge or if someone rings. You wouldn't believe how many videos I've had to restart because someone's rang or something's buzzed. Hey ho, I'm not in the studio, I'm home hobbying. Now, here we are. Right, very quickly, just ignore that. Put the glue on there, put the filler down. Yeah, just used a bit of a spatula. Then I did the fins. Yeah, oh, and I just did the back as well. Just put a couple of strips of balsa on. Yeah. On both sides. It'll just give it a little bit of detail rather than it being flat. That's all it needed. And then we get to these. Well, obviously it's flat on that side because it's still the original sort of flappies. Yeah, but on this side, it looks quite good. Yeah. All I did was cut out a basic template for a fin. I actually copied the original one off the actual whatchamacallit and then just used it as a template, cut out the cardboard. And once I placed like 2 down, it was like, yeah, that'll do. I'm happy with that. I could have done it a lot better. I'm not a big fan of these chunky bits here, to be perfectly honest. And it's on with blue tack at the minute. It's not fixed on. Yeah, it's going to be easier to paint off and then fix it on. And I need my pin vise. That's at home. That's at the studio. I'm already calling this place me thinking this is my studio. It's my home studio. I quite like that as well. Now, so, loads of balsa skills. I'm going to be showing you more stuff to be doing with balsa hobby-wise because I've got this church I've got to skin up. Yeah, and put fascia all over, give it a new fresh skin and a new look. And then I've got a blacksmith's over here. Yeah, where's the blacksmith's? So the church you've seen, this is the blacksmith's. So I'm quite curious to see what I can do with this, yeah, using these techniques. But I'm trying to keep this build rather small. Yeah, I don't want a load of huge buildings because of the amount of sort of detailing I'm doing. And this isn't taking it to the max. You know, you can take it a lot further than this. But this is good enough that once it's painted up, I'll be happy. Now, I do want to get some more shacks and stuff like that. I'll have to have a chat with my mate Rich over at Sarissa. Yeah, see if he can sort me out. But I do need some balsa and that sort of stuff. So on that, guys, yeah, there is there is on the links down below. If you've enjoyed this video and this proper hobby helping and you want more of this, I'm going to need some more balsa, some more wire. More wire, balsa. I'll put some bits on my wish list. The link is down below. And I'd fit just a refurbished S8 or something like that just to film on so I don't knacker my own phone. Because it'll cost me more to replace that than getting an S8. That'd be handy too. But don't worry about that if we can't sort that. Yeah, because I am well happy. Yeah, with how we're filming. But anyway, balsa and that sort of stuff, check out the wish list. And if you want to help me out, because I am going through a bit of a difficult patch, link to PayPal down below as well, and jump on Patreon. But in the meantime, it has been a cracking time for hobbying, so thank you for helping me out. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I hope you've appreciated the vid, and I hope you're looking forward to more. Yeah, because I've got to paint this girl up. Yeah, so I've got to finish painting her up. Yeah, she'll go join our Melanie. Yeah. Oh, God, I need to do a Doc Brown sort of. I need a clock tower, don't I? Oh, yeah, I need to watch that as well. Right, Mel's got plans. Hope you've had I've had a brilliant hobby weekend. Yeah, more videos to come, guys. All the best, yeah? Ta-ra.